All right, so Charlie and Jackson and Sam, we're here. We don't have Anthony right now. Chapter one, introducing group principles and practices. So the agenda is for to di differences between primary and secondary groups, and then differences between virtual and non-virtual collaboration, and then strategies for participating in virtual groups. And then we'll do the conclusion. So differences between primary and secondary groups. A primary group is a group whose main purpose is to give people like a way to fulfill their need and associate with others. And it's primary in the sense that like the group meets the primary like human needs to relate to other people. And the main function of that group is to um, perpetuate the group so that members can continue to enjoy each other's company. And primary groups don't usually, or they typically don't meet like regularly to solve the problems or make decisions, although they can do those things at the same time. So like um, family groups, for example, your family is the most like fundamental of all primary groups. Um, because like they're the ones that help you like fulfill your needs, like social needs and emotional needs. And like if y'all religious and like in a religion, like it helps fulfill it, like the camaraderie within the family helps build upon those religious and spiritual needs too. And social groups are also a primary group, obviously, because like in school you get put like in like right now we get put in groups, but this is not a primary group. This is more of a secondary group because we're here to get credit so we could get our degree. And social groups, on the other hand, are similar to family groups in the sense that uh you you interact with them to meet those needs that you like those social needs that you need as a human. So yeah, so that's a primary group, and I kind of touch on secondary groups, but to go a little more in depth, secondary groups, like the whole purpose is to accomplish a task or achieve a goal. And most of the groups you like belong to at work and school are secondary groups because uh, well, you're not involved in a committee or a class group assignment just for fun or to meet your social need for belonging. So, uh, yeah, and there's different kinds of secondary groups as well. I mean, you got problem solving groups and then decision making groups, uh, you got study groups, therapy groups, and like the more we get older, then older and more ingrained into the world, more we become more we interact in secondary. I would, at least for me, that's what it seems. Yeah, Anthony is logging up. We're gonna move on to the guessing game. Uh, yeah, so I'm gonna wait like a minute see because Anthony just said in the chat that he's gonna play the game. So the rules for activity one, guess game, are to I'm gonna just show a slide of different social scenarios, and then I'll ask you guys to guess whether it's a primary, secondary group. Um, and you guys can still see the screen, right?
Yes, I can still see this one.
All right, for sure.
Yeah.
This time is ticking. I'm gonna just go on with it. We'll just brief him when if he joins in. All right, so y'all just gonna guess if this is a primary group or a let's go. So yeah, I'm gonna let y'all guess.
I'm gonna guess this is the
Secondary.
secondary group.
This would be very this is like a friend group, like just hanging out. It looks like they're on a hike. I suppose like if they could be a secondary group if they're there to like fulfill a specific purpose. And I guess there isn't really like a right or wrong, like as long as you like I guess like justifying your answer is kind of like the purpose of this. So I kind of this for the most part I feel like this is primary group.
Yeah,
This is a friend group just chilling, having a good
because
time. So
yes, I would say for friend groups mostly are like secondary. That's
Yeah.
my experience.
let's go to the next one. How about this?
I think what's against the friend group, but at the same time, I think they're doing this. They're all gathering for a specific purpose, like a social gathering. So I would say a primary. I'm just guessing.
I'd honestly say it could be either if you think about
Yeah,
it.
yeah,
Could be
They're
that's
either.
yeah.
Yeah, it could be.
yeah, either or, yeah.
Mostly I'd say because like to remind what primary is a group such as a family or like just a friend group outside of like work or school that fulfills like the needs to like associate with others and to like socialize. So I'd say predominantly it's a primary group. But if they're there to like really like compete, if they're like on a team, like a gaming team and they're trying to like train for like a competition or something, then yeah, it could be a secondary group as well. So yeah. How about this?
Uh, I'd say secondary.
Yeah,
Yeah,
secondary. They're all there to accomplish one
most
goal.
definitely.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Yeah.
most definitely. Yeah. Okay. How about this?
Primary, I'd say, because it's a family.
Yeah.
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 I'll agree with
Know
that.
each other.
Primary.
Yeah. This.
Again, secondary.
Yeah.
And
Mm.
I would say in all office situations that they're all secondary groups most of the time, at least.
Yeah. And they're in a work situation, in a work environment. It's definitely secondary. How about this?
Uh,
I would,
primary.
I
Yeah.
would have said secondary, to be honest.
Oh,
Compare. Okay, so let's compare this to the next one. So if this is primary, or so this and then this, which one did y'all say primary or secondary? Is more primary or
well,
more secondary?
this is more se well, the second one is more secondary because
Yeah.
they're working as a team to accomplish like a certain goal, like winning a game or something like that. So it's a difference
Right. And
between that.
these guys are
Yeah,
more like kind of just enjoying each like it looks like they probably just all got off of work where they were interacting with their secondary groups and now they get to like get off of work and hang out with their primary groups to like
yeah. They seem to be
Yeah.
playing basketball for like more casual reasons, more
yeah,
social.
exactly. And these kids in here might not even be friends. Like they're just trying to get it.
Yeah, just doing it
Yeah,
for competitive reasons.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So and what how about this?
Secondary, I'd
Yeah.
say.
Oh, definitely secondary. Yeah.
Secondary, yeah. Big old orchestra. They probably hand selected for a role. So yeah. And how about this?
Honestly, I'm kind of mixed on this. It
Yeah.
depends on whether these people like are a band or just like
Yeah.
friend group hanging out. I can't tell with the image.
Yeah, I can't really either.
I'd lean
Pretty
toward
much for the same reason.
yeah, it's kind of similar to like well not so similar to the basketball one, but I'd probably lean towards primary because it looks like kind of just looks like they're there to socialize, have fun, but they could be like rehearsing for like an action. So yeah, it could go either way. So and how about this?
Oh, definitely secondary.
Secondary.
Yeah.
All of them are competing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. And this?
Uh,
Secondary, I'd say.
secondary, yeah.
Yeah, because it looks just based on like their attire, looks like it's like more professional, like it's a remote job that they're all working
Yeah.
from. Yeah.
Like a work environment.
Yeah. Alrighty. And this
Secondary.
for sure.
Mm,
Yeah.
that could actually be a primary, though.
In
Oh,
what way?
Well, because I know quite a few armed forces people, and
Mm,
it's what their groups tend to become are based are it's almost a family is what they end up becoming.
Right, right. It's
So
isn't it? That's how they
yeah.
become so effective. Yeah. Yeah. So yeah.
So it could be both, I'd say. But
So you
And
would say, oh, sorry, go ahead. Uh, this is definitely
mm,
primary, I would say.
yeah, you could
just a
tell they're
bunch
not
of
friendly.
friends cosplaying.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just friends hanging out.
It's
Definitely secondary.
Secondary,
definitely secondary.
primary,
Mm-hmm. Young primary
Yeah,
group.
yeah,
Okay. And
secondary, obviously.
secondary.
it's definitely secondary.
Or primary.
Primary, yep. Job's
Yeah.
over. They're just chilling. All right. Um, oh, did we get Anthony in here?
He said he was
Hmm.
logging on.
Yes. See.
That's unless Zamor is some random person, but I don't think it is.
Yeah, our code got leaked. Okay, so moving on to differences between virtual and non-virtual collaboration. Um, okay, so virtual collaboration, we obviously know what that is. Uh, Virtual collaboration with others can occur in different types of conditions. Same time, same place, same time, different place, different time, same place, and then different time, different place. And uh, I'm just reading off of the thing.
I can take this one if you want.
Okay.
So I have a small little thing.
Sure.
So the
Hey guys,
virtual,
this is
Up,
Anthony.
Anthony.
Oh, there's
I don't know
Anthony.
I'm here now. Sorry about that. I was having some
Oh, you're
technical.
good, bro. Yeah, we started. We already did the first part in the first activity, so we're on the second part now.
Difficulties. Are we on the second part of the outline or?
Yeah, we're on virtual versus non-virtual collaboration. So yeah, we just started that part.
as I was saying, they're similar but also different in multiple ways. For example, like virtual groups, they I'd say often face more challenges with like building trust. Some conflicts might be difficult to manage, and then interpreting like nonverbal cues due to like the lack of physical presence. Um, the communication can be a bit slower or misunderstood, though. However, virtual collaborations do offer like flexibility, like more accessibility, the ability to include people in different locations, so we don't have to all like drive multiple hours to meet up. And virtual teams just to succeed need strong communications, reliable technology, and an effort to maintain cohesion.
All true. It really depends on just like the situation and like the personnel for real.
Yeah.
Like for us, example, like we all have like different, like completely different schedules and completely like different like ways of like doing things. So like yeah, it was hard to like coordinate a time to like actually like
That's your
really
like
like
meet and schedule stuff.
Yeah.
yeah. It's like it's really give and take. Like there's pros and cons to like each like virtual and non-virtual. Like can't really escape. It's kind of just really just situation. So we do the pros and cons burnout. So the rules for this is just each group member will name a pro or con of a virtual or non-virtual collaboration until we can't think. So a pro for a virtual collaboration could be it's just easier to you could communicate faster through if you're all just like in the same if you find a way to just like message each other in the same time frame, like texting back and forth could be effective.
I would say a con for virtual group meetings is some people might not have access to the same little bit of technology and internet access, and that can create communication struggles between the group members. And also, I would say another con is that people somewhat prefer like the personal uh conversations when it comes to in-person group meetings besides virtual because they don't feel like they're getting like,
Hmm.
the full effect of, the communication between the group members.
Right. Probably uh, a pro though for the virtual is, as I said, the fact that you're able to get people from like different areas or like not
Literally.
all have to meet up and find a perfect time for all the traveling and all that.
Hmm.
Mm.
It could be like a bunch of people from all across like different spots of the world, just like barely talking. Same
Yeah, yeah, that's a good point.
place. Yeah. Um, yeah.
I think a con of virtual meeting is sometimes not everybody understands or not understands and somebody because sometimes it's communication something that you want to say in person doesn't come over either through technology if you can't see the person's
Right.
uh
Like
face or anything you have to
body movements and stuff. Yeah. Because gestures play a big role in like that unspoken communication is like plays a big role. And you can't see that like over a screen unless you're like talking like face to face on like a webcam. Um, so what's the other one? Con for, oh, an obvious con for virtual communication would be like technical issues like Wi-Fi uh problems and stuff, audio, video problems. Oh wait, this thing is okay. So let's move on. Okay, so strategies for participating in virtual groups. 1.5.
All right, so this is my part. So we all remember from 2020 how we all struggled just in dealing with, virtual meetings because it was not something we were used to. So
Mhm.
over the years, we may have developed some personal strategies, and these are just ones that I have personally done in my previous working groups, and just want to learn just to avoid have issues in the future. So these are just some of them. Being able to use clear and concise language when you're communicating. So you always want to be direct in your communication and avoid being vague. Because in my experience, that can always create miscommunication and confusion among the group members. And another tool is always take advantage of the tools that you have, like the technical tools such as like text messages, uh, Google Teams, any virtual meeting app, and just make sure you take advantage of those and learn how to use them as soon as you can, and also make sure every group member knows how to use them. Also, as well, this is a very important to establish early on, I would say, in my experience, is to be able to, establish what your group communication norms are. So, for example, how to respond in text messages, or how to respond in chats, or just how to communicate in general, like either through a virtual meeting or just text messages.
Right.
I a strategy that I've came up with or that actually helped a lot in my workforce is that we always have a moderator, someone that say for example, so we won't step on each other's toes or somebody's trying to talk and interrupt. One gets about 30 seconds. And, Charlie, you're next. Jackson, you have something to say. Sam. And that way it keeps the conversation flowing and it keeps us from like, all right, who's next? You know what I'm saying? It There's not that awkward pause in between where like, okay, whose turn is it gonna be? the moderator is there, and it's actually kind of like a quarterback throwing the passes
Hmm.
out. Who's,
Yeah,
who's going to talk next?
Yep, yep.
that's true. Yeah, the moderator acts as like a guide for the discussion for real. And yeah, it could the moderator could really like avoid or prevent like I guess disagreements or just like stuff from like boiling over essentially. That's
Yeah.
why like in like presidential debates and stuff like there's a moderator.
They essentially act like a mini leader during the conversation.
Mm.
Right. Yeah. Okay. That's good. Okay, let's do the last activity. So the do's and don'ts skit. So we'll just act out two short skits with the first one being a bad virtual group meeting. We'll just talk over each other with no agenda and we're just multitasking. Then the second will be a good virtual meeting, muted when not talking. Or it doesn't have to be like this specifically, but just, like what we think a good virtual meeting would typically be.
See
Yeah.
that the skit two would be good if one of you guys or one of us is a moderator. Be like, all right,
I'll be the moderator.
Okay. Okay. Um,
Yeah.
all right, so let's do skit one. I'll just start off just like yapping about some stupid stuff. So anyway, yeah,
how about the
my
Cowboys?
baby
Hmm.
mama was talking about some food stamps. I'm just
Oh,
trying
I
to like,
Okay,
disagree.
guys, we need to stay together.
Uh,
oh wait, DoorDash
I
said they're on their way. Hold on.
I disagree.
oh,
Oh, that's
yo,
good.
yo, you hear that plane that just flew over?
No, he's in a Hellcat, I swear.
This means becoming a disaster.
How you working DoorDash? Drive
Hold on,
that.
the Amazon guy showed up. Wait up, hold on, give him a package.
Yo. All right, good. All right. So skip two. Um, all right, guys. So what was y'all's so Anthony, what was your favorite part of this summer class?
My favorite part of the summer class is being able to Nikki. That it, that helped me out a lot and allowed me to figure out um, other people's ideas and opinions on what they think on certain issues and or certain topics that we uh, used.
Very good. Okay. So Charlie, how about you? What was your favorite part of this class?
I mean, just the fact of not having to spend so much on gas going back and forth to campus. And also the easy accessibility, I'd say.
That's so true. I honestly wonder how much money I save on gas chilling in the crib working on this. All right, Jackson, how about you?
Definitely for me, when it comes to accessibility, especially is the open availability of my schedule, being able to easily navigate how to organize my schedule, what to do for specific assignments. That's the one thing I like about online classes. There's not many things that I like about online classes, but that's one of them.
I feel the same way. For me, I think yeah, same thing as what you guys all said, but specifically like because I'm usually like an introvert, so I'm not even used to like taking more of like a leadership type role. So this was like kind of opportunistic to like kind of step out of my comfort zone kind of, I guess. But yeah, that was uh that's activity three. Let's yeah, so a brief review of what we so in conclusion, like understanding the differences between like primary and secondary groups, as well as non-virtual and virtual communication, is super essential for uh, if you want effective collaboration, because primary groups like family and close friends offer emotional support and strong personal connections, while secondary groups such as like coworkers and classmates focus more on goals and tasks. And similarly, non-virtual communication allows for richer and more personal interaction because of like body language and like being able to hear people's tone. And whereas virtual communication offers convenience and flexibility, but can lack like the emotional depth that's like and to succeed in virtual group settings, it's really important to use strategies like setting clear goals and staying engaged during meetings and practicing active listening and using collaborative tools effectively. Because like using all those together um, can just like make the whole group environment better and increase the chances for success. Yeah. So just in any like everything that we learned in here could definitely be applied to not just school, but our lives for every
It can
day.
apply to
So
like most environments in life, I would say.
yeah, most definitely. Is there anything that any of you guys wanted to add or conclude with?
I would just like to say, reflecting back on this class, I enjoyed, communicating with you guys. I thought we had like a pretty solid communication,
Yeah,
schedule.
it
Like
could.
the,
Yeah,
yeah,
I think so too. It could have been better, but like I get like there's just yeah, we all have like certain things and
I think
yeah,
if we would have had another week, it would have fixed itself out. We were barely starting. The first 2 weeks you can't really get to know the group really good. You're barely starting to get to know each other, and finding trying to figure out what works and what doesn't work. So we had another week. We could have would have been perfect.
Another week of this could have been flushed out perfectly. Yeah.
I agree. It's crazy how fast this class moved. Like it feels like we started like 2 weeks ago.
it just
Yeah.
feels like yesterday this class just started and now
I
it's
know
ending.
this week, yeah. Well, I guess we'll end it there. I'm gonna this once I click stop, it's gonna like the video is gonna it's gonna create like a video of the thing. So I'll post it on like a YouTube, and then I'll take the YouTube link and upload it to Canvas, and yeah,
All
we
right, thank
should
you.
be good.
All right, sounds good. Thank you for doing that, by the way, for
Yeah. Thank
organizing
you,
this
man.
whole thing.
Yeah, for sure, guys. I
Yeah, thanks,
appreciate you
Sam. I
guys
appreciate
for
it, bro.
Yeah,
yeah. I hope you guys all have a good summer. Thank you to all of
yeah.
you for real.
So overall, how would you say this presentation went in your personal opinion? I think it went decently well considering how,
Yeah,
tired we're all and I'm prepared we were.
Yeah.
considering I wasn't even, yeah, I didn't know, I didn't know what to expect from it because I personally wasn't like